due to its severe electric vehicle. VW problem, Volkswagen may have to permanently close its doors. When the CEO of VW said, "The roof is on fire," he was alerting the whole EV business. This is the last warning. In addition to sacking factory employees, dumping more than 350 vehicles in cemeteries, and losing all of its sales to Tesla in a single year, VW is dealing with severe public outrage. People, this is very disastrous, and it will have an impact on the whole car sector. Their autos are selling so poorly in certain places that they have to completely stop producing them. Why is the CEO of VW pushing EVs so hard in the face of zero demand? Will Volkswagen be able to withstand fierce competition? And why did they abandon thousands of vehicles to rot in the desert? You may believe that you understand everything, but in reality, you don't. So this is precisely what happened. Although the Volkswagen Group is compelled to produce electric vehicles EVs, despite its preference for combustion engines, this dual emphasis is now costing them billions of dollars in lost revenue. The CEO of Volkswagen, Thomas Schaefer, sent a chilling message to the company's senior executives in a speech that has now gone viral, shocking the automobile industry. "This is the final wake-up call," Schaefer said, announcing a severe spending restriction. Schaefer told the assembled 2,000 top managers at an hour-long meeting. The roof is on fire, with a sense of urgency in his voice. Two German automotive giants, Daimler and BMW, with debts of $151 billion and $114 billion, respectively, are included in the top 10 list of the world's most indebted corporations. And VW's condition is only getting worse as losses from their vehicle sector continue to rise. And keep in mind that they were even forced to abandon 350,000 automobiles to rot in the desert in the midst of all of this. But just why? To discover out, watch for a few more minutes. But VW's problems aren't even close to being operational or internal. Even while sales of all electric vehicles increased by 48% year-over-year to 321,600 in the first half of the year, there are still obstacles due to the external market dynamics. Volkswagen's EV sales in China decreased. Considering that the Volkswagen Group receives around 40% of its income from China, this is quite troubling. VW is still creating ICE cars to comply with strict safety and pollution standards, even as it makes significant investments in EV technology and manufacturing facilities. The company's resources are being strained by this dual emphasis. This pressure is exacerbated by the decline in sales in China, where VW is forced to lower the price of several of its most lucrative models in order to stay competitive. Additionally, they plan to release certain versions that are less expensive than $25,000. I'll tell you more about these models as this video comes to a close. The company's immoral tactics are hauntingly reminded by the over 300,000 diesel automobiles that are kept in storage across 37 locations in the United States. Due to Volkswagen's historic 2015 emissions crisis, in which the corporation was discovered to have cheated emissions tests using software, the business is now in a fast-moving automotive purgatory. How about the fallout? Enormous repurchase agreements totaling $7.04 billion, as well as the enormous undertaking of keeping these recalled automobiles. These diesel artifacts may be found in a number of places, such as an abandoned paper factory in Minnesota, a former football stadium in a Detroit neighborhood, and a desert close to Victorville, California. Significant losses have also resulted from an additional combustion engine prohibition imposed by the EU. But did you also know that EVs are now having issues? The European Union expects 30 million electric vehicles to be on European roads by 2030. However, the issue of battery disposal will inevitably arise with this rush. Lithium-ion batteries, which vary greatly from the ordinary lead-acid batteries used in conventional automobiles, power the bulk of electric vehicles. These EV batteries are heavier, bigger, and made of more dangerous materials. Surprisingly, they may blow up if handled improperly. Currently, Only 5 of these batteries are recycled worldwide. Nissan is using its old Leaf vehicle batteries for internal logistics, while Volkswagen has established its first recycling facility in Salzgitter, Germany. All of its electric vehicle batteries are also recycled by Renault in association with Veolia and Solv. According to a recent Bloomberg study, Germany's desire for electric vehicles has significantly decreased. The decision by the German government to stop providing EV subsidies to corporate customers, who account for a sizable share of the country's new vehicle market, is the main cause of this decline. August saw a 171 increase in EV sales as buyers scrambled to take advantage of the incentives before they ended. But sales have collapsed after the subsidies ended, particularly for Volkswagen. The effects of this fall are obvious, as corporate clients purchase 70 of the electric vehicles produced in Zwickau. At the company's main EV plant in Zwickau, production of the Volkswagen i3 and Cooper-born electric cars would be lowered until mid-October. In addition, the ID.3 assembly at Dresden's glass factory will cease during the first 2 weeks of October. This output reduction is having a big impact. Volkswagen said that at the expiration of their 1-year contracts, it will release 269 temporary employees from Zwickau. Furthermore, the future of almost 2,000 other temporary employees is also in jeopardy. The company's decision to abandon its ambitions for a new $2 billion facility in Wolfsburg highlights the difficulties it is now facing even more. Initially, Volkswagen had grand ambitions for a revolutionary electric automobile architecture called Trinity, led by Herbert Diess. This included building a new plant in Wolfsburg that was intended to be as productive and efficient as Tesla's Grünheide facility. But when Diess was replaced by Oliver Blume, a thorough examination of the Trinity program and the planned new facility was started. In 2023, the business intends to increase the ID.3's output at the Zwickau facility. Starting in 2026, a brand new all-electric SUV for the high-volume A-Class will also be produced at the Wolfsburg facility. Additionally, the next-generation Tiguan and the well-liked Volkswagen Golf will still be produced at this facility. Earlier this year, BYD surpassed Volkswagen as the best-selling automaker in China, the company's biggest market by revenue. Volkswagen also reduced its earnings by lowering the pricing of its ID.3 and ID.4 models in the area as a result of the setback. Volkswagen's agency model, which was introduced along with its AD series, is a major issue in China. Despite being economical, this model prevents dealers from changing pricing. A Volkswagen sales representative was cited as stating that the manufacturer cannot sell directly. That shows up in these kinds of situations, indicating that the electric vehicles are just too costly. According to reports, the enormous backlog of orders is really a smokescreen used to cover up the poor demand that lies behind it. The company affirmed that the new C-Space E's will be produced at its main Wolfsburg factory using the updated and pre-existing structures. This includes the Vue Golf Mach 9, which is positioned as a high-volume vehicle and is entirely electric. Furthermore, it is said that Vue intends to build an electric Tiguan in Wolfsburg in addition to another new e-vehicle. In addition, starting in 2025, the Wolfsburg facility will be in charge of producing the Tiguan Allspace replacement, the confirmation of an all-electric SUV for the high-volume category, scheduled to go into production in 2026. Is one of the biggest revelations. This vehicle, which may go with the Monica VW, is anticipated to replace the incoming ID as the next entry-level model in VW's EV portfolio. With a starting price of less than $21,000, it seeks to replace the dated e-up with the goal of achieving long-term performance and profitability. Volkswagen has now started its Accelerate Forward initiative. With this bold plan, VW wants to increase its passenger brand profit margins from 3 to 6.5. VW wants to increase its profits by an astounding $11.02 billion. The corporation takes a two-pronged approach. To maximize efficiency, It substantially reduces the number of variations while concentrating on higher volume models to simplify manufacturing. VW will now be lowering pricing and producing less expensive vehicles to fit the market. They even launched a limited time deal on its ID.3 electric car in China. Apart from the issues, VW has had a rather successful year. Based on our analysis of their sales so far, it seems that they might end the year well. Although there won't be much of an improvement over the previous year, the German behemoth may return to the top rank with the upcoming release of the new automobiles. Do you believe VW will be able to outsell Tesla in terms of electric vehicle sales? Tell me in the comments section below. I just posted a video on news that might completely upend the electric vehicle business. If you want to be genuinely surprised by what's going to happen with EVs, definitely check it out.